people, welcome back to our channel.
Hi. This is the Prime and Groom show with Dumebi and Cjay. Here in this channel, we identify and provide solutions to the problems that are prevalent amongst young people, teenagers, young guys and ladies who are married, and of course newlyweds. So what we do here is that we identify the cultural and social problems prevalent amongst people of this group, of this class, and then we try to provide solutions. So if you've not subscribed to this channel and you've been watching it, you are wrong. Hit that subscribe button now. It's wrong now. How can you be watching the video? Some of you have watched all of our videos, but you've not subscribed.
There is God, child.
Yes, God. It's not right. So please do that now, and also hit the notification bell so that if we put up a new video, a new content out there, you'll be the first to get it, and then you would watch so be a part of this family. So what are we talking about today?
We're talking about divorce.
Divorce.
This is the recent trend now currently because of our sister that lost her life, Minister Osinachi, and we pray that her soul rest in peace. She died as a result of domestic-based violence and all that. And you see someone that is that influential, someone that is that anointed, and you're like, how come? How did this happen? Why? Because there are lots of unanswered questions. Why did it have to be her? So this morning we're going to be looking at divorce, and we are even looking from a very wonderful perspective, because
balanced perspective.
Yes, because with the recent happenings, what happened recently, a lot of people just became marriage counselors. Everybody wants to put mouth. Everyone wants to bring their own quota and So now we are looking at divorce is not sexy. So stay tuned with us and let us know what you think at the end of this video. So for us, what we think, because one of the things we did throughout the course of the events that happened, we kept talking about it as a couple. Both as people who have been married for a couple of months, just about a year plus, and as people who have taken a couple of trainings when it comes to solving relational issues. So we discovered, from the course of our conversations, that divorce most times is not always the best option when it comes to dealing with marital issues. That's the first thing I need you guys to take note of. Whenever you have an issue in your marriage, the first solution that should come to you should not be divorce. Now for us, we think that divorce should be the option when you have tried everything that you know how to do and nothing seems to be working. So if you've done everything you know how to do, you have spoken to people, spoken out, you have spoken to your mentors, and that's why we advocate that every marriage should have a mentor. Have some people who counsel you, one or two persons aside your parents. Okay, some of you say my parents are my mentors. No, we don't even advocate for your parents to be your mentors. Don't bring family into it. Bring somebody who is neutral, who is not related to the both of you by blood. We advocate for it. Let them come in. So if they have tried and nothing seems to be working, and then that marriage has become a threat to your physical and mental health, we advocate that you should divorce. Let it be the last option. Now let it be an option after separation. After you've done everything and it's not working, what you should do, what we advocate, is separate for a while, stay from that person. Don't go on to divorce. Now let divorce be the option when you have done everything, you've separated, and probably the person has said, okay, I'll change, you come back, and then you go. The reason why we're saying this is because divorce is not a good thing. Divorce is not sexy. On the internet these days, in the last weeks, people have so talked about divorce and they so made it look like it's one beautiful thing, and then we live in a society where people now trend divorce cases like it's now part of one of those trending things that people do, celebrities especially. So when somebody is divorced, it starts trending. It's now, so I know celebrities, they're like role models. So whatever they do, most times people want to copy, people want to follow after them, people want to be like them. So it's becoming a trend. It's becoming prevalent. It's becoming, so at every little thing, people just, okay, let me do it. It's not a big thing. This superstar.
The truth is that before the death of Mr.
Osinachi,
yes, people used to frown at divorce, but with the recent happenings now, it just looked like the celebration for divorce
celebration,
just went
now like so when you do that, we'll be clapping for you. Thank you for leaving, thank you for leaving, thank you for leaving. But truth is that you are thanking that person for leaving, you're clapping for that person, but you will not be there to go through what that person's going through, because divorce comes with a lot of backlashes, both on the children. If they are kids in the marriage, it comes with a lot for them, and then of course on the adults involved. So let's talk about some of those issues. What are some of the effects, babe? Let's talk about it. On children, let's start with the children.
Okay,
what are some of the effects of divorce on children? For
the children, they are already going through a lot in an abusive marriage.
Yeah,
they'll be like, there's no peace in this home. So when the parents eventually separate and get a divorce, the children always feel the guilt. They always feel, okay, why was I born into this home? That eventually things didn't work out, especially when they have friends who are from a very good whose parents have a good marriage. They begin to become envious. Like they begin to be like, why is it not me? Why am I this unfortunate?
Yes.
So they feel,
it makes them feel unfortunate.
Yeah, they feel guilty, feel depressed. So finally, this is how we in Africa, how we in Nigeria will be like, I wish I'm from Bill Gates family. I wish because of poverty and all. That's the same way they always would wish they are from.
Homes where the marriage is
still
working
intact, and is working. So it leads to all manner of emotional
stigma that comes with it. Trust me, it is the stigma that comes with it for your children. Like you have kids, they go to school, and some of their friends begin to even laugh at them.
Very true.
Yeah, children.
Where your papa?
Where is your mother? You're from your single parenting. Your father is just, you're living with your dad. You're living with your mom alone. It makes them feel like there's something lacking in their lives, and it eventually impacts their self-esteem. That's the truth. It eventually, in the long run, impacts their self-esteem. If you see kids who are from divorced homes, check. Most times they are not so whole. And then another thing it does for to them, I think, is love. Because God created the marriage to be children to be catered for by both their mom and their dad. So there's nothing beautiful about single parenting. If you're a single parent and you're watching this, we're not saying that we're not, this is not a direct attack at you. Okay, we're just saying that it's always the better option where your kids have both parents involved in their lives. In that way, they have love choking them from both ends, fatherly love, because there's a role that the father has to play in the life of his child, and there's a role that the mother has to play. So whenever the father is not there or the mother is not there, there's something lacking most times. I know what I'm saying. I've seen this play out a couple of times. I've seen cases like this over and over again, and so I believe it is always better for children, especially when it comes to their wholeness. It's always better where both parents are involved in their upbringing, and it makes them more whole than they would have been if it's just one. So we advocate for people to do everything. What we're saying in essence is that do everything to make your marriage work. Okay, but if it's becoming a threat to your life, to your mental health, and maybe you're going mad, you're going crazy, you're losing your mind because of it, you can walk away from it. Walk away from it, because your life first before any other thing. Okay, life first. It's better to be alive than to stay in a marriage and die in it. It's better to be alive. Okay, but if you've not exhausted your options for the sake of your children, stay, and for your sake too, because it also has its impact on the adults. I did I was doing research. Let me pick up my phone on this recently, and I stumbled into something online, a research that was done. I saw a whole lot of things online, but there was one of them that really struck me, about how much
about the effects of psychological and physical effects of divorce on. It was a study that was done by Journal of Men's Health, JMH, popular journal, and here are some of the things they listed as the negative effects of divorce on both men and women. So it's due to a weakened immune system, divorced men and women get more colds and cases of flu. So it has a way of weakening your immune system physically. Very surprising, right? Yeah. It has its impact on your immune system, and it has exposing you to cold and flu. Divorced men have significantly higher incidences of cancer and heart disease. Both divorced men and women experience extreme changes in their weight. The mortality rate for divorced men is nearly 250% greater than with married men. Can you imagine that? So people who are divorced have stand a higher chance of dying earlier than those who are not divorced. Okay, divorced men suffer more heart attacks and strokes than non-divorced men. Can you imagine that? So there's just a whole lot, and beyond even that, there's the guilt that comes from it. There's guilt. You carry the pain, you carry the scar almost all your life. Even though you look happy, okay, I've left this marriage, I was almost going to be killed, but somehow deep down within you, there's always this feeling of guilt, this feeling of, is there something I could have done to make this marriage work? There's something and all of that. And then there's the anxiety that comes with it. There's depression, there's insomnia, there's substance abuse, identity crisis, and so many other things. So I don't want to go into all these, trying to explain this, but trust me, people who are divorced today can tell you better. They would have wished for a marriage that worked, than for a divorced marriage. Yeah, they would have wished for a marriage that worked out. There's nobody who is divorced who would not wish for a marriage that worked out than for a marriage that led to divorce. And so if you've not done everything you need to do to keep your marriage and to make your marriage work, please do. That's what we're saying. But once it becomes a threat to your life, please leave. Okay? Maybe you have a man hitting you, or you have a woman hitting you, in odd places with, objects and all of that. Please leave. And if it's verbal abuse that is almost going to drive you crazy,
that one is on another level,
to drown you mad, please walk away, separate for a while. And if in the long run your partner is not changing, you can file for a divorce. Okay? But do all that you can. Pray about your marriage. Prayer works. I've seen people change. That's the truth, babe. People change, right?
Yeah, they do.
People change if you give people a chance. I've seen men who started out as women abusers, and after a while, in the long run, people came in.
But they should actually be willing to change.
Yeah. People change. So maybe you should give your spouse a little more chance. And pray. Okay, learn to use people. Prayer changes people. Prayer changes people. We've seen prayer change people. So you can pray, you can talk to your pastors, talk to mentors, people who can come through for you and do one of the two things that could actually alter the course of things in your marriage. Another thing we want to talk about is self-love. The importance of self-love. I've even discovered from my own little research that a lot of women who stay in abusive marriages, women especially, they stay there because they lack self-love. Right?
Yes, they lack self-love. And when you lack self-love, anything that shows you love, you just want to die there.
Yeah. So you have situations where in a marriage, the man shows you love sometimes, and then at other times he beats you up.
Let's say he shows you love for 20%.
20%, and then the other time he's beating you up.
Beats you up 60%. And then the other percent he verbally abuses you. Like what?
So because you lack self-love, you want to stay and just those few moments that you enjoy love with him, just want to stay and then you feel you're going to miss out on, because you don't love yourself and because you feel like you're not going to get love from any other place, because you feel love deficient. You don't want to leave that marriage. You want to stay there. You want to be stuck there and just enjoy those brief moments of love that you get from the man. Even though he beats you, even though he abuses, even though he does a lot of nonsense things to you, you want to stay and just answer somebody's wife and just get to that feeling of love, that love feedback from that person, you know, in those brief moments. Yeah. So one of the things you might need to do is work on yourself. Remind yourself every day that, you know, that you love yourself. Tell yourself, you know, every day that you are beautiful, that you are amazing, that you can do without any man, you can do without any woman. Yeah, remind yourself. You know, no man is the air you breathe. No woman is the air you breathe. You can live without any man. That's the truth. So that's it, guys. And we just want to add our own little, you know, thoughts to what has been ongoing, the issue that has been ongoing. These are our own little quota, and we hope you learned a thing or two. So let us know what you think about what we said, the things we've shared in the comment section, and give us your feedback. Okay, let us know. And if you have anything you want to say, as well, maybe something different or something, maybe you have any issues, some of the points we have raised, you can also raise this conversation right there in the comment section. We'll be there to engage you and to share with you. Okay,
before we go, we want to remind you, subscribe to our channel.
Don't let us remind you of this again. Subscribe. Okay, thank you very much for staying with us and for watching this to the end. We appreciate you. And until we come your way again next time, know that we are young and we bring the truth in a fun and what?
Uncensored way.
Peace out.